Today, we're going to be talking about the Helldivers 2 storyline because it does not work the way you think it does. That's right, a lot of people are playing Helldivers 2. They love the story, they're saying all this BS, and they don't really know how it works. Well, I do, I've got proof, and we're going to be diving into that right now. But first, if you're watching this video and you supported the channel in the past, I just want to say shout out to you. I really do appreciate everybody that's been giving this channel a little bit of a boost. Whether a video gets 100 views or 1,000 views, it really does it makes me happy to see. I love to see that people are actually interacting with these videos, letting me know what's up, even if it's a bad thing. And, yeah, it's cool to see, so I appreciate that. Now, let's get into the video because I don't want to waste any more time. So, yeah, the Helldivers 2 storyline does not work the way that everybody thinks it does. There's a lot of people online saying that these stories are faked, that the game company's basically pushing the story either way. They only create one sort of storyline. It's all linear, and they're just faking the numbers. Well, this isn't true because we've got data leaks. Yeah, that's right, we've got data leaks, right? Like, if you look into... So this is the way it works. When a patch drops, there's a lot of extra information in that patch. There's a lot of things in that patch. For instance, a new war bond, it drops with the patch right before that war bond drops. So for this recent war bond, this would be the Polar Patriots war bond, we knew that that war bond was coming before it actually was announced. And the reason we knew this was because the patch right before the announcement had the war bond in it. The reason they did this is because the last thing devs want to do is keep updating the game every time they've got to do a little tweak or a little new release or a little thing. So what they do is they just push everything out early, and then people who know how to data mine can go in and pull all of that out. Well, the way it works with stories is you can also data mine those stories. You can data mine major events, right? For instance, if there's a big event like a giant dildo appearing on a planet, that's going to be there. And if there's a big story on that, it's also going to be there. And if that thing never appears and there's a story about how it was blown up in space and there's an animation of a giant dildo being blown up in space, well, guess what? That asset is also going to be in the files. So what's happening is we can actually dig through these files and see assets from stories that did not happen. And you can see stories that are going to happen. So when these data leakers go into the files, what they actually see is they see two stories. They see a story for what would happen if we succeed in a mission and a story for what will happen if we fail in a mission. After that, they're going to go back and sort of redesign things and all that. But what this means is most likely, the data is not fake. Whether or not we win or lose a mission, that is completely up to us. And then like a good D&D campaign, the designers, the people behind the game, they go ahead and they create the story based on what we did. So every time you go into a mission, there very likely is a story that has been plotted out for whether we succeed and whether we fail. After that, everything's sort of up in the dust because it's very unlikely that they've got like these huge story arcs and these boards and everything like that. They're probably just doing like a couple rounds ahead. So they'll say like, if we win, X happens. If we lose, Y happens. If X happens, the other two options might be A and B. And if Y happens, the other two options might be C and D, if that makes sense. So basically, they're not going nuts here. But what they do is they let the story be decided by the players. And I really like the fact that that's a thing. And it really gives me confidence. The fact that we can see stories that don't happen and we can see stories that do happen. The fact that we can see... like, when there's a mission going on, we can dig through the data and actually see the fact that there are two possible outcomes. There's two broadcasts. There's two things that have been made. It's really awesome. Whether or not they're going to... If they're doing it the same way that they do Helldivers, maybe they have this all plotted out. And I don't know. It's very interesting. But I love the fact that this story is so valuable. The fact that it's being made on the fly. And the fact that we can actually affect it. And the fact that this data mining proves that. So... yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this explained it. If you got any questions, comments, anything like that, leave them down below. Otherwise, I don't want to waste any time, so peace.